The question that has loomed over many political analysts and citizens alike is whether Donald Trump, a man who has already made history in his 70s by becoming president of the United States, can survive another 4 years if he were to win the presidency again. With his public image already a source of debate, Trump's physical and mental health has been a frequent topic of discussion. In fact, it's one of the most commonly raised concerns when it comes to his future in politics, especially given his controversial health habits and the stress-filled environment that comes with holding the most powerful position in the world. From his fast food diet to his aging body and the increasing signs of cognitive decline, many are wondering if Donald Trump can endure the mental and physical strain of another term. Some critics point to his visible health challenges, while others worry that the combination of stress and age could become his undoing. In this video, we'll explore the question, can Donald Trump survive the next 4 years, or will his mental decline pose a more significant threat to his presidency than his famously unhealthy diet? The physical health factor. Can his diet take him down? One of the most frequent critiques of Donald Trump is his poor eating habits. Known for his love of fast food, Trump's diet has been a source of ridicule and concern. His fondness for McDonald's, particularly, has been documented on numerous occasions, and many Americans have raised eyebrows at his dietary choices. For a man in his late 70s, the effects of an unhealthy diet could be disastrous. Studies have shown that fast food, with its high fat, high sodium, and low nutrient profile, can contribute to serious long-term health issues such as heart disease, obesity, diabetes, and hypertension. Yet, despite his eating habits, the question remains, will Trump's diet be enough to incapacitate him in the near future? The reality is that the President of the United States has access to the best health care in the world. Whether he's battling clogged arteries from his fast food intake or facing other health issues, he would be receiving constant medical supervision, regular checkups, and immediate access to cutting-edge treatments. The best doctors in the world would be at his service, ensuring that any physical ailment, even one resulting from his diet, is addressed swiftly and effectively. Moreover, Trump's immense wealth and resources also give him access to a level of healthcare that the average American can only dream of. As a billionaire, Trump is in a unique position to receive the highest quality of medical care, from preventive measures to emergency surgeries, without delay. In this sense, his physical health concerns are likely to be managed, at least in the short term. Even if he continues his unhealthy eating habits, the access to elite healthcare could mitigate the worst effects of his diet. The question, therefore, isn't whether Trump will die from a heart attack or some other physical ailment due to his lifestyle. Given his wealth, access to healthcare, and the best medical treatment available, he is more likely to overcome such obstacles. Instead, the real concern lies elsewhere. Trump's mental state. The mental decline. Is his brain already showing signs of trouble? While Donald Trump's physical health may not pose an immediate threat to his future, his mental health might. A more significant issue is whether Trump can survive the cognitive challenges that come with age. Recent years have seen a growing number of political commentators and medical professionals raise alarm over Trump's cognitive abilities. From his disjointed speeches and occasional memory lapses to his erratic behavior, Trump has shown many signs that he may not be mentally as sharp as he once was. In fact, some mental health professionals have suggested that Trump may be suffering from early signs of dementia or Alzheimer's disease. While these diagnoses are impossible to confirm without a personal evaluation, certain symptoms are hard to ignore. Trump's tendency to repeat himself, his incoherent thoughts during speeches, and his inability to stay on topic for extended periods have raised red flags. Comparisons to Joe Biden, the current president of the United States, have also been made. Biden, who is the same age as Trump, has faced similar concerns about his mental acuity. 4 years ago, Biden was a strong contender for the presidency, widely regarded as sharp and able. However, over the course of his first term, many Americans have begun to question his mental state, with visible signs of age-related cognitive decline. Biden stumbles in public speeches, memory lapses, and difficulty with verbal recall have sparked debates about his fitness for office. It is important to note that Trump's mental health seems to be on a similar trajectory. In fact, some argue that Trump's cognitive abilities may be deteriorating more rapidly than Biden's, largely due to his own behavior and lifestyle choices. His tendency to engage in inflammatory rhetoric, his grandiose self-image, and his inability to focus on critical issues during debates are all indicative of a potential mental decline. For many of his critics, the notion of Trump being mentally unfit for office is a troubling one. His already erratic behavior in public makes it difficult to imagine him handling the intense pressures and responsibilities that come with the presidency for another 4 years. Even though he may continue to receive top-tier medical care for his physical health, there is no guarantee that the same can be said for his mental health. Can he cope with the stress of the presidency? The presidency is known to be one of the most stressful jobs in the world. The constant pressure, long hours, high-stakes decisions, and overwhelming responsibility can take a toll on anyone's mental and physical health. For someone like Trump, whose personality is already high-strung, combative, and impulsive, the stresses of the presidency could prove to be a breaking point. If we look back at the toll that the presidency took on Trump's predecessors, we can get a glimpse into the demands of the job. Presidents like Barack Obama and George W. Bush, who came into office in their 40s and 50s, both experienced visible signs of aging and stress during their time in office. The mental and physical toll of the job was evident, with Obama's hair turning gray and Bush gaining noticeable weight due to the pressures of the job. Now, imagine what kind of strain someone in their late 70s would endure. The demands of office would only exacerbate Trump's already existing mental decline, making it much harder for him to cope with the responsibilities of the presidency. The constant cycle of international crises, economic challenges, and domestic issues could be overwhelming for any leader. For someone like Trump, who has shown a clear resistance to adapting his behavior and lifestyle, these pressures could hasten the deterioration of his mental faculties. If Trump were to win another term, he could very well face an increasing number of cognitive challenges, ranging from memory loss and confusion to difficulty with speech and decision-making. While the White House staff would certainly step in to assist him, the reality is that a mentally unfit president is not equipped to handle the complexities of leading a nation. Mental health and public perception. It is also important to consider how the American public perceives a president who is mentally unfit for office. If Trump's mental decline becomes more apparent, it could spark a crisis of confidence in his leadership. Historically, a president's ability to think clearly and make sound decisions is a cornerstone of their effectiveness. If Trump's cognitive decline becomes undeniable, his ability to govern would likely be called into question by both the public and the political establishment. Public perception plays a significant role in the success or failure of a presidency. If Americans begin to lose faith in Trump's mental capacity, it could undermine his legitimacy and his ability to effectively lead the country. The pressure to address his mental health issues would only intensify, and it could result in public demands for a leadership change. So, can Donald Trump survive the next 4 years if he wins the presidency again? The answer is complicated. While his physical health may not be a major concern due to his access to the best health care in the world, his mental decline presents a much more serious threat. At nearly 80 years old, Trump's cognitive abilities are already showing signs of deterioration, and the immense stress of the presidency could accelerate this decline. As the nation moves forward, the question will likely not be whether Trump can physically endure another 4 years, but whether he can mentally handle the intense pressures of leading the country. His past behavior, his erratic communication, and the growing signs of cognitive issues all point to a future where his mental health becomes the most significant barrier to his ability to govern. For Trump, the road ahead will likely be one of increasing scrutiny, not just over his actions, but over his mental state. Whether he can maintain the capacity to lead the United States for another term remains to be seen, but one thing is clear: his mental health will be a determining factor in his ability to serve another 4 years in office.